Mr. Lee,
Yes.
at Canadian Home Builders Association, you've expressed serious concern about the imposition of drywall duties coming into Western Canada. Do you think CBSA has made a mistake?
No, they haven't made a mistake per se. They followed due process. But the problem is the process doesn't take into account the effects of this beyond the immediate drywall industry, and we're certainly concerned that industry members from drywall companies to builders are going to be heavily hit by this, and we're really hoping that something can be done to make some changes very quickly.
So what damage is done by this decision?
Well, the big thing is builders, drywall companies have contracts in place. And so you have thousands, tens of thousands, and depending on the size of the company, maybe even millions of dollars at stake that are going to be complete losses for these companies because of the way this came in without any advance warning per se, and the immediacy of it is really causing problems. And so we have issues in Western Canada, particularly in Alberta, that's still trying to cover. We have issues in Fort McMurray with the rebuild and drywall shortages that could ensue, and increased prices can cause some serious damage both to members and to consumers, so we're quite concerned.
It sounds like there isn't sufficient capacity in Western Canada drywall plants to supply the West, so Eastern plants would have to start shipping, for example, from Ontario to BC. Does
Right.
that make sense?
Well, unfortunately, from a financial position and a cost position, that is exactly what is going to happen because of the pricing regime that's going to exist if these duties are upheld. But can we get enough drywall out? Are there going to be shortages? And at a time when we're trying to address climate change, and the government's trying to address climate change, does it make sense to change a short haul of drywall from somewhere close to the United States, say to Vancouver, and instead be shipping drywall all the way across the country, all because of a duty? So we'll have to see, but it seems quite odd.
Should CBSA have considered that and these other impacts?
Well, again, this is beyond the specific process that they've gone through, and that's why we're really hoping that the government at large and the political powers can look at the bigger picture at this time and say maybe we need some sort of delay on this so that industry can adjust and the process can unfold.
So what specifically are you asking the government to do at this point?
Well, we know that there's the opportunity to have a remission of this, and if we could see something like a 9-month delay on the imposition of the duty itself to allow the process to unfold, to see whether it's actually legitimate, but either way so that the companies involved and that stand to lose a lot could make their adjustments, then you'd see much less impact on the industry and much less impact on homeowners, and that would be the ideal solution. So we're hoping that the government can look into this.
Thanks very
Thank
much.
you.
You're welcome.